What was your reaction when you saw you got 1 million views?
I ain't gonna lie, it was so crazy. Like, yo,
that's insane.
It was so crazy. Like, I think I was asleep. I'm not gonna hold you. I think I was asleep. I had woke up and my mom seen it.
Really?
She no, pardon me. Somebody at her job seen it, and then she seen it, and then she tells me, I'm like, you chatting? I see you chatting.
Yeah, like whatever.
I woke up, I seen it. I'm like, oh, nah, this is dope. This is like really dope for culture. So that's when I was like, oh shit, man. I was like so like I don't know. I think I was more excited, but then more shocked at the same time.
Right.
When like I pushed the record on my own, but then it was like everybody like really believed in it, and then it was crazy. You know, I'm gonna tell you an interesting story about that record. Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you an interesting story about that record. So, the song "Menace to Society." Right? I posted the snippet on Instagram. I posted it on Instagram. When I posted it, and I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna say no names. This is some real Queens shit. Like this is like this is how Queens people like. Not everybody in Queens, but this is how like what I was going back to what I was saying. This is how people do. So I had posted. Now you know when you sponsor like an ad on Instagram, some curse words may be offensive, but if they like push it through, it's like, yo, you're good, you just made it. I had got the ad sponsored on Instagram. Someone, quote unquote, I ain't gonna say his name, had flagged it and said that it was offensive. It was offensive. And they sent me, I was just standing down when I seen it. I was pissed off, like, because now this is the crazy thing. Now, I wasn't gonna release the song. I was just showing the people what I had. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, and then I tried to sponsor it again, it wouldn't let me. So like, one of the big bros, shout out to my guy Larry, and Staten Island, Menace Harbor. He was like, "Yo, like you gotta put the song out now," because first off, it was like if I didn't put it out, I would have looked like a whole like bait if I didn't do it in the first place. But now I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna let me see. Something like, give me like a couple days. I'm like, I'm not dealing with all Instagram sponsors. All right, like I'm gonna just put the song out. Drop the song, right? Legit drop the song, and then that's the thing. I had dropped the song on my old SoundCloud. They tells me that the song was copying somebody else's song. I think it had like 20K and like probably like a day. They said I had copied somebody else's song. They flag it, take the song down. So now I'm like, you know what? Yo, fuck this whole song. I don't want to do this song no more. Fuck you. That's just how I was feeling. Fuck you was how I was feeling. I'm like, you know what? I didn't want to do the song. So now I was talking to one of my homegirls, and she was always, you know, the crazy thing is like, you know, another thing with music, when you have good people in your life, or you know when you used to because I was more or less in a situation where like you know how you have that friend, you was always there for them, but now like when you're in a real life crisis situation, now you need them and they're really there for you. Like, you know, one of my homegirls, she was like, she never forgot what I did for her, so I'm like, yo, like fuck it, like it is what it is, I don't even care no more. And she was like, don't give up, because if you give up, that's when they win. You know, you show yourself as a loser. She's like, you've never been a loser. So I'm like, all right. So then I had to do like the most hardest thing. I had to create like a whole nother SoundCloud, like a new SoundCloud, because they flagged the old one. So even if I was to upload on the old one, it wasn't gonna take because they already got the content that was flagged. So I had to make a whole new SoundCloud, then promote it. It just was so much work. I'm like, but I'm gonna just do it. Posted the song, right? Mm-hmm. Legit, in probably 48 hours, it had 70,000 plays.
Wow.
So now I'm like, all right.
Who the
fuck is playing games with me now? Because I'm like, this shit is crazy. So now I'm like, I think prior to that, the most I ever had on a song was I think 77K, I believe. And something had happened with that song because of the person I was on the song with. his name and somebody else's a whole copyright thing. This was like probably 2 years ago, so they had took that down. But prior to that, the most I had was 77K. But when they took that down, I think it was like 50K or something in that range. So now I keep seeing the song go up, like it keeps going up. I'm going places, people like, yo, this year, like, yeah, bro. Now it's like 100K, going from like 100K to like 180. Then it went from 180 to like 2. Then it keeps going. Then when I ain't gonna hold you, when it hit like 400, I'm like, oh yeah, this shit about to shoot. I'm like, I already got a good feeling, I know. But it just was like a slow grind getting there. And this shit just got there. That shit was amazing, man. That was an amazing feeling. Like, not only for me, but for my neighborhood, Queens, the culture. And then, like my friends and family who's not here no more. I felt like even though they didn't get like to see all of the growth, they was watching over me enough to make sure the song got to where it got to. And that was just a beautiful blessing. That right there was like, all right, fuck it. Like, if I could do that, I could do anything, and I could do it again and again and again and again. Because now it's like people is really into them. So, yeah, man, it was pretty dope.
Nah, that's so hard.
Yeah, man, it was like a fairy tale. So I just wanted to say, like, to the people who reported it, thank you. Because if it wasn't for them, if they didn't report that IG clip, I was never gonna put the song out. I was playing with the people, pause, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just put the song out, and
wow, nah, it did great.
So sometimes that's how you piss an enemy off.
Exactly. Your supporters, then, you said that it'd be more so outside rather than inside Queens, because your views are like high. Like even some of your songs, they got like 26,000, etc. What do you think it is that makes you stand out, that so many people just automatically listen to your music?
Well, like I said, it's a lot of people outside of Queens, but more or less now it's like I see people that, like I said, like I've been around since I was young, so it's like I made like a lot of connections since I was young, and everywhere I went, like I never like shitted on nobody to a certain extent where people be like, yo, like if it comes down the line, like I know him and he has something, I'm not gonna support it because he's a scumbag. Like, no, that's one thing I can say about like a lot of people that I know. Like since I've been doing this, from college to high school to the streets or whatever, if I ever worked with the person, people always show love, and a lot of people, especially like I went to college with. Word of mouth, this is my man, and then he, that person that rocks with them would, hit me up and be like, yo, bro, like I'm jacking it, I'm gonna send this to somebody. So it's all love. So it's more or less like a generation thing, like not generating. Pardon me, people just generating the music, just like letting people know the sound. I think what really like sets me apart from everybody, I don't know, like I just use music just like to release my thoughts, but I just be so caught up in the moment. I be like, yo, wow, I can't believe I said that. But it's just like, the heat of the moment. I just like a lot of storytelling. I like telling people things that I've been through, but just like, kind of, finessing it, swagging it out in a way. And I feel like people like they want to hear new things because, like I said, right now, there's a lot of focus on Brooklyn and the Bronx. So to hear like a Queens person's point of view, it would be pretty dope. Like, oh, that's great. Like, I didn't even know. That's why I'm saying, going back to, Queensbridge, like Queensbridge has its own way of living. But if it was up to me, like I could write a whole book on Queensbridge and just letting people know, like, yo, we really like been through like some shit growing up as kids. And that's what I do. I just try to finesse everything in the best way possible. And I think that's why people kind of gravitate towards me. I'm just really just trying to like tell like a whole different story, but like in a whole, what too? Pardon me. That I was thinking. A lot of people, like a lot of the beats I be using, I use like catchy beats, but I rap. I don't gotta kind of like mumble it. I just be like,
right.
I just rap with it, So I think that's something else too why people like rock with me.
No, that's fire.